for a woman, it is very important to live in connection with God, with the divine. I'm not saying going to church and praying and all these things, but really connection to the God, to the divine, to the nature around you, to the moon, to the rhythms of the nature, to be aware. Because once a woman starts to be aware of the nature and of the rhythms of the nature and all these beautiful seasons the nature offers and so on, then she can be an inspiration, an anchor for men, for family, and then the society can grow much more and be much more nourished and fulfilled.
I see it on an example of your father. He's living alone in a very big place and he has it all his way. It's just the masculine way. It's black or white. And when we go to visit him and we see how he's living, it's just total absence of any form of feminine energy, of color or beauty. It's just all
Practical,
yeah,
cold lines, geometrical things. Like he likes to have it all like very masculine way of thinking. He doesn't see even. He's not able to even point out certain things which a woman would, because
immediately.
yeah, I believe that as women are more detail oriented, that we see more like those little things which need to be improved, so the big thing will make sense and will be supporting the whole system.
And that's also why I feel that I want to have a woman in my life, that for me it's also just this black and white thinking. I would just wear a black and white shirt and I'm fine. And when I am...
Actually, when we met, you were wearing black and white shirts. He had wardrobe, he had black and white, and I didn't know him in anything else but these two. He had jeans.
Also just the same brand of clothes,
Yeah.
and I was fine. But that's my way of life. I can live like this, it's no problem.
Mm-hmm.
But what a woman brings is a lot of beauty, love,
Color.
kindness, color, the whole rainbow, And we need this as well. It's also very nourishing. And a man also finds God through a woman, through intimacy. And it's just such a balance of life. Like I see so many things that I wouldn't pay attention to otherwise. And it's bringing so much beauty and love and, color into my life.
Softness, maybe?
Softness,
It
yeah.
can be softness. But I believe that, for example, in my life, it's very important that I am with a person who is in a masculine energy, like Raphael, because he says stop to things and he sees it from some things he sees more simple, and they are sometimes very grounding. So I believe that us as feminine and masculine energies, I'm not talking about men and women, I'm talking about masculinity and femininity, because I also have some masculine qualities and he has to have feminine qualities, or we name it.
I think it is also necessary. If something would happen to one of either parents, then the other one has to step in to raise the children and take over both roles. We have to be able to be both nourishing and kind, but also to be strict and moving forward and have this masculine approach. Both is very much necessary, but when we are a couple, a unit, then we can complement each other so well, and it is so nourishing.
And I wanted to share my story because I was brought up as a boy. Basically, I was athletic, I did sports, I was a high achiever, I was performer, like a performer in a sense that I really focused on performing my best. I was studying, very intensely. I really did too much. I was perfectionist and I burned out myself. Like I really exhausted myself so much that I am now learning how to relax. I have to learn as a woman, fundamental thing, as a relax. And in China, they believe when a woman is relaxed, she is attracting wealth and abundance into home. And as women in Europe, I believe in America is the same thing, and it may be even worse. They are, going to work, performing there, going to home. They have to give their best to their children. They have to teach them about world and so on. And then having a partnership and friendships and perform there and look good, exercise and eat right, make this whole wheel spinning. And I believe it's crazy and it's very intense weight and energy which we have to carry, and we think as women that we will make it on our own. You know, we don't have a problem.
We have to be independent. We have to not rely on a man.
Yeah.
And what happens to a lot of women? They get a diagnosis. They become sick. They are burnt out. They can't continue living the way it's been taught in the last 2-3 generations.
Yeah, and Gabor Mate teaches about it a lot, that women are saying always yes, they want to have balance and harmony in their environment, so they are doing everything they can to satisfy everybody so their nervous system can be finally calm as well, which very often doesn't happen. So it is very important to take time of your busy life, and even though sometimes you feel that you meditate and you do something for yourself, that could be also performance, that could be also like
You can do it in masculine energy or
yeah,
feminine energy.
yeah. So I decided sometimes to just take my drink which I make. I put there so many things which make me feel good, like chicory root and cacao and all these coconut milk and so on. And I just sit somewhere and I am just drinking it and learning how to enjoy a moment with myself, just without any meditation, any stimulation from outside, just, you know, basic things.
Yeah, and for me as a man, it is so much more attractive when I see you relaxing and you know, just laying or having a drink and looking out in nature, than if I see you working like crazy and cleaning and this and that. And I think a lot of men have that, and it's maybe, as you said, that they believe when a woman is relaxed and she's attracting wealth. It is something, it's very much in this feminine energy, and I don't need to have a woman that constantly performs.
It is really necessary for us women to sometimes understand that the world is going to spin without us as well. We are so massaged, or
Yeah, it's like the woman's dream now, or what's been sold as the woman's dream, to be independent, to be successful, have high-ranking positions in corporations, and take over leadership positions that were filled by men before. But I'm also really shocked to see the fertility crisis in people that are in their 20s, 30s, that they have to go to fertility treatments. And why is that? Does that have also something to do with it? I don't know.
and it's a very big problem because we are learning how to live separately, you know. The atomic family was our like inspiration, and we put it to another level, and a lot of people live alone and they have to have their own resources, their own car, their own washing machine, and all these little tiny bits in their own apartment have to be bought and cared for and so on. And even there you can see how much energy is wasted when you don't cooperate together, when you don't enter a relationship where you have to learn how to communicate, have to learn how to live in social unit, or I don't know how to say it, because it is more comfortable to live alone, you know. There is nobody to give you feedback, nobody talks when you don't feel like it, and so on, yeah.
But even though it's intellectually more comfortable to be living alone and just do whatever you want all the time, there's still some deeper need or deeper desire to have this other energy in our life, so we can become one, that we can really complement each other and nourish each other with our own energies. It's something so beautiful, and it works hand in hand. When the man is showing more up in his masculine energy, then the woman can relax more in her femininity, and the other way around as well. When the woman is starting to care more for herself and be more in her own rhythm and in flow, then the man is also stepping automatically more into the masculine energy.
I didn't believe that it's a thing until I entered relationship with Raphael. Before that, I feel that it was like a big cloud of performance and delivering all these maximum results from me. And when we started to be in a relationship together, he was telling me like something which I've never heard before, which was relax, sit down and relax. And you know, I was in my in my working mind, I was like, hey, I can't relax. Nobody's gonna do this. Nobody's going to clean this and do this laundry and all these things. And it took really 7 years. I know it is long, but it took almost 7 years until I realized that I have to really consciously start to change this. And it's a long run, you know. It's not a thing which you will change overnight, because it's such a huge habit, you know. My nervous system is so programmed to constantly be alert, constantly scan the environment for something what is needed somewhere to be fixed and so on. And I even grew up in this family where my mother was very strict and my father as well. If I cleaned something, it had to be perfect. And I believe a lot of girls, and now grown-up women, but girls inside, have it as well, that we didn't learn, especially from our parents, how to spend time with ourselves, how to relax, how to regulate our nervous system. And sometimes even the meditation is not enough. It's just enough to make your own ritual, which is going to calm down your nervous system. And it doesn't have to be eating chocolate. It doesn't have to be eating ice cream or anything like it. And it doesn't have to be walk. You know what it can be? You can just sit and stare. You know, that's exactly the dolce far niente, the doing nothing and enjoying just the moment. You know, in the past, people also didn't have playlists on their headphones, and they didn't play meditation, which is perfectly designed. And they lived and they enjoyed, maybe even much more than us now. So,
or to still listen to podcasts and still have to improve.
I also sense when I am more in sync with my rhythm, with my cycle, my partner also starts to sync with me. Sometimes I think he has a PMS in a time when I should.
Together.
When no, I mean, you know, you sync. You naturally have the rhythm, and you know, your rhythms. Also, if a woman lives with other women, they are synchronized. How come? You know, how come it works? And this is also with your partner. So I believe that there are things which we haven't explored yet as people, as humans, but they are very beneficial, and we were designed to fit together, and we were designed to cooperate together, because I can't carry as much weight as Raphael. I can't do certain things or reach to certain places as Raphael. But he also can't do what I can do. For example, he thinks something is clean, but then I come, or he thinks something is organized. And
I know after you clean something that I could, for example, the floor, then I could eat spaghetti from it.
Yeah, but
if I clean it.
And also sometimes he's just lost in front of a freezer and he can't find a thing which is right in front of him. And that's why that's why a woman have to step in. But it is
they have a different view.
Yeah.
Nancy's like this, and a woman.
Yeah, it is regular life, but also very deeply spiritual if we start to see these differences. And we are different. People are different. Men are a little bit different and have different perception than women. And we would always create beautiful symphony together. And that's why we need each other's inputs to just basically let it play more beautifully.
This is actually what we were talking about very first when we met. It was a lot about masculine and feminine energy and our roles, because it was important for me. Previous relationship that I was in, she was very masculine, and we were constantly like this at each other. And I wanted to drive, you know, and she's like, no, I'm driving. Why shouldn't I drive? Just because I'm a woman? It was constantly a fight and a competition, and it just doesn't work. It's so much stress and it's unpleasant. And we were really talking about it on the beach when we met on the first time. I saw that she has very similar views and values that I do, and it was just a perfect match.
To be honest, I didn't even want to have these views. I wanted to be the independent woman. I didn't want to need anybody in my life.
But
I wanted to care for myself only. But I admit it.
We were both after a 7-day Dr. Joe retreat, and we were both very open and very pure in our essence. So I think these
That
things
did a lot
also
of
just
things.
came to the
Yeah,
surface.
yeah, yeah. It did. I am really happy for that because previous relationships which I had was 50-50 and was 50-50 everything. I mean, you know, groceries or vacation or
My previous relationship was also 50-50.
and I have never taken advantage of being a beautiful young woman, and that person next to me have never even seen me like that. I think it's just different now. I feel that it can change for you as well in your own life when you start to see yourself and start to be like more aware of your cycle, of your needs.
I also
it's-
find it very beautiful when we sometimes have like a little crisis or a little tough moment when we are questioning, is this all going to work with YouTube and our business? And we're considering to get a job, when you then realize later, I can't do that anymore. I remember what I was doing for
Yeah.
the job. I was totally giving myself up. I can't do this anymore. I can't see myself in this. And I find that so beautiful, and I respect it because you really are aware of what you need and what's meant for you.
Sometimes I feel that I'll have less work to have a job than to be
Yeah.
actually not working, but actually having much more work, right? Because it seems like, oh, you don't work, you don't do anything, but actually when you are raised in this system, you carry it with you. You are not able to really like chill and not do nothing, but really working on it. It's not a lot. Now lately we've experienced a big heat wave, and it was easier because we couldn't move much in home, outside at all, because it was just too much heat. So I had to respect that if I don't stop and I'll just continue working. And you know, we moved into the hut as we shared in previous video, where we had to clean a lot. If I don't stop for a little bit, at least a little bit, it's gonna be bad for my body. So you know, I still try to respect it, even though I wasn't really taught to do this.
So I feel it's really important that we acknowledge each other's energies, that we cherish them and also nourish them in each other, that we also are aware of our own energy. And okay, I'm going to show up as with masculine energy because then she can relax more, and the other way around. We can really support each other like this a lot. And I think for women specifically, it's so important to be aware of her energy and her rhythm, and really go with the flow of life more, because that's also what men really need in their life, because it's just all in boxes and it's all structured, and it, like this we also can't really live a great life. And I also just have another thought that the corporate world was built by men, and now women all of a sudden want to enter this corporate world, and they want to compete on the same level and do the same jobs that men created for men. And then no wonder they wreck their nervous system with this, because it's just so out of balance and out of touch with who they truly are.
Men are not having these cycles which they live in. Us women have cycles, and it's very, very important to respect them, because we change. We are becoming different people before our period, before our ovulation, after our period. We are different people. Like, we need different type of food. We can't fast in certain periods of our cycle. And all these things which I didn't, for example, know. And I was just thinking that I am a human and I am going to perform. I'm going to work in corporation. I was so happy to have a job. It was hard to get a job. But at the same time, I started to open up more to this world, what is happening, you know. We are drained, we can't sleep, we are nervous. You know, why is it happening? Why are our hormones messed up and so on? And now we blame it on men, actually, but maybe we just have to understand that we are all evolving, and we have to all like just cooperate and communicate our own needs, and even realize our needs. You know, we don't even know what we are needing sometimes. You can also share with us in comments how you see it, what's your experience, and how you are going to, or how you are relaxing, or having your energy under control, and if you're a man, how beneficial it is for you to have a woman around which is relaxed and happy and actually not stressed and tired and all these things which we are experiencing
Performing.
lately. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we experience also these kind of women which are very mad at men, and they don't want to have children, and they want to look more like men then, and they cut their hair or whatever.
There is this manosphere and this womanosphere where they're basically hating on each other's genders.
But it doesn't move us forward.
No.
We have to remember that we are here together, and we all have right to evolve in this planet, not only blame each other for what we have done in the past to each other. So I hope that this video calmed you down, inspired you, and motivated you to relax more.
If you would like to share some more time with us, we also have this video here for you next.